that exact thing in a field. And I'm going, my God, what's going on here?
Interesting, interesting. And no idea how the symbol ended up on the rod. It wasn't engraved, it wasn't sketched.
No, they had put it to the test that it was not grind in. It looked like it was melted in volcanically. So it could not have been grinded in, and also it was magnetic. And so they showed us this. They spent probably at least 20 minutes on it. And I thought, well, that can't be possible. But
do you get crop circles in Texas, Roger? Do you ever get crop circles in Texas?
Well, you might. Maybe I've made some. No, I haven't done that, really. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not doing that. The crop circles are not really circles. There are, of course, all kinds of designs.
Of course, of course.
They haven't made anything, but I've not known anything in Texas. It's not been broadcast anyway.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Well, listen, Roger, great talking to you. Thanks for calling in.
Great talking to you. Thank you so much for taking my call.
My pleasure. My pleasure. All right. Yes, I'll be back in September, do a few shows, but I'll be back tomorrow night as well. For George Nor, I should say tonight, right? I'll be back tonight, Sunday night, into Monday morning. Sarah Whalen will be here. We'll talk about the assassination, she says, of Princess Diana. And we'll have some other great stuff for you, too. Don Donderi from McGill University will be here. We'll talk UFOs, ETs. That's it. For George Norrie, George Knapp, Lisa Lyon, Stephanie Smith, Tom Danheiser, Dan Galanti, Donna Walker, Chris Burrows, Sean Lattiser, I'm Richard Serra. Thank you for your ears and your voices, your beautiful voices. Until tonight, so long for now.
Another mortgage tip from Owning. Have you refinanced in the last couple of years and would like to take advantage of today's lower rates, but you don't want to start your mortgage clock all over again? Problem solved. Owning's roll-down program offers you a new loan at today's low interest rates with no closing costs and simply rolls the remaining term down for qualified borrowers. For example, say you have a 3.25% mortgage with 27 years left. Today, Owning will roll your balance and term down to a 27-year loan with a 2.625% APR. The result? A lower payment with the same number of payments left. So roll it down with Owning. No balance or term increase, just a payment decrease. That's a great mortgage tip. Call 8332-OWNING to roll down your mortgage payment.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions. Equal housing lender.
That's 8332-OWNING or owning.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Good morning, my early rising friend. I'm Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, custom home builder, custom home designer. It's just about 6 o'clock. You know what that means? For the next 2 hours, I'm going to be here with you as a friendly voice in your morning and your personal guide to turning your ordinary house into an extraordinary home. We're talking home theater systems this morning, and it all gets started in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. And welcome home. This is KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI AM 640. KFI News. We're on it.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Some payback in Afghanistan. I'm Mark Ronner, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The Pentagon says a member of ISIS-K has been killed in an airstrike in Afghanistan. ABC's Louis Martinez says the militant wasn't directly responsible for the bombing at the Kabul airport on Thursday.
But this individual is described as a planner of ISIS attacks and that he was possibly planning future attacks. Now, whether those were attacks against American officials or American civilians, it's unclear.
The U.S. Central Command said the militant was killed in a drone bombing last night in response to Thursday's attack. The family members of 3 Camp Pendleton Marines who were killed in the bombing in Afghanistan are honoring their memories. Father of Lance Corporal Riley McCollum and his son says his son has touched many lives with his service.
He's just always been that special kid. And to see him do something that he believed in so deeply, I couldn't be more proud. He's a hero. I love him.
Lance Corporal Kareem Nakawi from Norco and Corporal Hunter Lopez from India were also killed in the attack on Thursday. The sheriff of LA County says the Supreme Court's decision to resume evictions will create more homelessness.
Sheriff Villanueva says he's been watching cities across the country gear up to kick people out of their homes post-pandemic.
Everyone's going to be loading up in their trucks, just like the Beverly Hillbillies from the 60s, and they're going to be driving over here with a one-way ticket to LA to partake in all the free stuff and the free housing, because remember, housing is first.
LA County officials have said there are at least 330,000 people who could face eviction with the potential of 512,000. Nationally, it's 3.5 million. Steve Gregory, Kfi News.
Officials in Louisiana are warning residents to prepare for Hurricane Ida. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell says residents in the city should either leave by tonight or be ready to ride out the storm at home.
It really does speak to our ability, like we've had to do in the past, because of the lack of time, the need to shelter in place, hunker down. It is vitally important.
Mandatory evacuations have been ordered for homes near levee zones. Forecasters say New Orleans can get up to 20 inches of rain when Ida makes landfall on Sunday. Orange County could be able to further reduce dependence on imported water thanks to meteorologists at UC San Diego. UC Water District's Greg Woodside says the new technology will conserve more water at Prado Dam.
2 billion gallons additional water per year, and that's enough water for 60,000 people per year by using advances in weather forecasting and stream flow forecasting.
He says the program forecasts atmospheric river storms to allow reservoir managers to make decisions to retain or release water based on forecasted conditions. Getting a COVID vaccine in one city in Brazil is a real shot in the butt.
The Brazilian National Health Ministry has picked the ventral gluteal area as one of the best alternative injection spots on the body because it's less painful than going into the arm. So the city of Joinville has made that alternative spot its first choice for giving the COVID vaccine. It's not actually on the butt cheek, but in a muscle group about an inch or two below the pant line. People can ask to get the shot in their arm, but most people in the city are just dropping trow. Brian Bruman, KFI News.
The ventral gluteal area. The NBA has issued new COVID-19 vaccine rules for the new season. The league says any employees who have close contact with players or referees during games must be fully vaccinated. The new rule applies to coaches, trainers, front office members, and arena employees. It does not apply to players. Now let's look at a crash on the 10.
West Covina on the westbound side of the 10 before Fuente Avenue. This is a fatal crash investigation, only the right lane open. You're backed up heavy from Pacific Avenue. Montana, we have a crash on the northbound side of the 15 before the 210, taking away 3 right lanes. Left lane is open, but really jammed up starting at Foothill Boulevard and Riverside on the southbound side of the 215 to the 1691 split. All lanes have been shut down here overnight. They should be in the process of wrapping up this closure, but watch for delays as they do so. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Bucky.
Sunny day coming up. Details next.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. In fact, over 1 million homeowners took advantage of refinancing or buying a new home with Rocket Mortgage. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase again, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. With an official mortgage review from Rocket Mortgage, you'll see just how much money you could save by making a move right now. Don't look back over these next few weeks and wish that you had taken action. You could save hundreds on your mortgage payments or pay off your home loan earlier than planned. You could even take cash out of your home to pay off high-interest debt, complete home repairs, or bulk up on an emergency fund. When you want to secure a low rate, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Southland weather from KFI. Bit of fog this morning, but sunny today. High 70s to low 80s at the beaches. Low 90s in Metro LA, OC. Mid 90s to 100 in the valleys. Low to mid hundreds in the Inland Empire. Right now it is 64 in Yorba Linda, 64 in Carson, 65 in Irvine, 64 in Huntington Beach. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Mark Ronner.
AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good Saturday morning to you, my friend, and welcome home. I'm Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, custom home builder, custom home designer, here for you like I am every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 and Sundays from 9 to 11. What are we doing here? That's a very good question. We are here to be an advocate for you as you wrestle with construction issues for your home, to be a design mentor, because when it comes to transforming your home, design matters most, and, just a friendly voice on your Saturday morning, because who doesn't need a friendly voice at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning? There you go. A friendly voice as you take on the noble work of turning your ordinary house into something extraordinary. The team is all here. Sam is on the board doing what he does. Misty is standing by, the boss, ready to take your calls. My best bud in the universe, my business partner in the House Whisperer design venture, Tina, sitting across the table from me, ready to go. Say good morning to the peeps.
Good morning.
Sam is here, down at my feet, Sam the Beagle, so you know it's going to be a good morning. And Mark Ronner is on the news desk. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning to you.
You sound very awake.
Well, some energy drinks will do that for you.
Okay, so we're ready to go.
Yes.
All right. Today, I thought we would have a conversation about home theater. It's been a while since we've discussed home theater. And another reason is, we're rolling into fall. What's happening in fall? I don't know. Football. It's time to watch more football. There are more and more coming out of the pandemic now. More and more movies are being released simultaneously in the theaters and on streaming at home. It just is a time in which we start to take more notice of our home theater systems. And so what an appropriate time to, just do a little tune-up, a little info tune-up on your home theater system. If you're planning on putting one in, it's really kind of a golden age of home theater systems. So we're going to help you figure out what's going on with home theater in regards to your home, whether you only have room for, a flat screen and a sound bar, or whether you are ready for the whole enchilada, as it were. And to help me do that this morning, I have a special early morning in-studio guest with me, somebody who knows as much about home theater as anyone I know, and that is our son, Jason, our youngest baby boy, Jason, who is a builder in his own right, but also a musician and an audio engineer. Jason and I have not only
built many home theater systems together, designed them, but, you know, some recording studio stuff as well. So literally, this is not a nepotism thing. It's not just because he was the easiest guy to get this morning. Honestly, the truth is, we've had Jason on before. He simply knows more about this stuff than any of the other professionals that I know, and I thought, you know what, why not? So, Jason, welcome home.
Good morning.
All right, let's dive in. Let's, let's just throw out some of the basics at first. Sizing rules. Everybody's going to ask me this anyway before we're done. So let's just talk about, before we get into specifics about the room in general, sizing. One of the questions that we always get, how big should the screen be? What's the right size? And also the source of many arguments between spouses in regards to how big the TV is going to be. I'm not going to say which spouse tends to want the bigger screen on average, but I think we all know what that situation is. Anyway, proper size for a viewing screen for a home theater kind of setup. There's a very, very simple formula. Is there not? Yes, there is.
There is.
And it's the proper size for the minimum. I should say this, so this will encourage all of you who want bigger and bigger screens. The proper size for the minimum screen is simply this. The distance from the face of the screen to the eyeball of the primary viewer, okay? So what that means is wherever the primary viewing position is, be it the sofa or you know, the armchair, whatever that is, wherever your optimal viewing position is, measure from your face there to the screen. That distance, measured in feet or inches, take that and divide it in half, divide it by 2, and you have the diagonal measurement of the minimal screen for an immersive experience. Okay, so this is not based on you know, what your vision can detect from across the room. Of course, you could have a smaller screen if you want, but when we're talking home theater, we're talking about theater. We're talking about an immersive kind of an experience. The minimal screen size for that immersive experience is a diagonal screen size that is half the distance from your viewing position to the flat. So if you find yourself sitting 10 feet away from a screen, then half of 10 is 5-foot diagonal, a 60-inch diagonal screen. That's your optimal minimal screen size, correct, Jason? Is that correct?
Yeah, and one of the things that you would want to kind of keep in mind here is, can you go a little under that? Of course you can, if that's what you have space for without, you know, breaking the design of your living room. But on the other side, be aware you can also go too large sometimes in a room, which people think, well, what do you mean I can go too large? I want the biggest screen possible. Well, I don't know if you guys have ever gone to the theater and sat in the front row and felt motion sick just trying to look at the faces on the left and right. It is possible. So
exactly.
There's a balance there. You just find what works for you.
When you're buying tickets for that screening that you realize, oh, geez, that's very popular and we should have got these tickets earlier, and you realize that only the first 2 rows in the cinema are available, that's a hard pass.
Yeah, and you're tilting your head left, all the way left, so that you can see the person on the left side of the screen talking, and then all the way to the right. And
yeah, you should not have to move your neck to watch a movie. So there is such a thing as too big of a screen for a room, absolutely, for sure. And most people realize what that's going to be, so we don't have to overdo that. But the minimum is half the distance from your face to the screen in the diagonal dimension. So there you go. There are your screen size basics. We're done. Oh, we're also going to mention screen height. We'll talk to you about screen height. That's actually very important. When we return, it is all things home theater this morning with me. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. So much more to come. You are listening to Home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Mark Rodner has the news.
The Pentagon says a member of ISIS-K has been killed in an airstrike in Afghanistan in response to Thursday's attack. The sheriff of LA County says the Supreme Court's decision to block the eviction moratorium will create more homelessness. And the NBA has issued new COVID-19 vaccine rules requiring any employees in close contact with players or referees during games to be fully vaccinated. Weather brought to you by Southern California Toyota dealers. Sunny today, with highs ranging from low 80s at the beaches to mid-hundreds in the Inland Empire. Now let's check in on a crash on the 15.
In Fontana on the northbound side of the 15 before the 210 freeway. The crash here, 3 right lanes are blocked. You're jammed back to Foothill Boulevard. On the westbound side of the 10 heading through West Covina right before Puente Avenue. Fatal crash investigation ongoing here. Only the right lane open. You're backed up to Pacific Avenue. And in Fillmore on the eastbound side of the 210 freeway from the 5 to the 118. It's Caltrans that has all lanes shut down scheduled until the top of the hour. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Tabucky.
Hey, when you think about what your house is going to be like if you have a whole house water filtration system from Light Source Water, the answer that I come up with most often is just sort of natural and easy. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get your house back to the place that you always hoped it would be. That means no more trips to the store to buy drinking water in plastic bottles. It means no filters to replace, no maintenance of any kind. You just, when you're thirsty, you go to the faucet. Any faucet, not just a little spigot by the sink. Any faucet in your entire house has cool, delicious, clean drinking water coming out of it. See? Natural, easy. A Light Source system helps with hard water problems. It reduces the odor and the taste of chlorine. Natural and easy basically means that you are drinking and you're cooking and you're bathing in spring water. So let Light Source transform all the water in your home into what you always hoped it would be. Call Light Source today. The number to reach them at 800-334-5009, 800-334-5009, or visit lightsourcewater.com. Light Source Water. Taste and feel the difference.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Get a king bed for a queen price at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 during the best Labor Day sale ever on top-rated brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more.
Last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. A criminal could be spending your money, applying for loans in your name, damaging your credit, or even selling your personal information on the dark web. Unfortunately, you could miss certain threats to your identity by just checking bank accounts and monitoring your credit. The solution? LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. LifeLock sees certain threats you could miss if you're only monitoring your credit and alerts you if they find something that could be suspicious. Plus, if you become a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based identity restoration specialist dedicated to your case will work to fix it from start to finish. Now, no one can prevent all ID theft or monitor every transaction in every business, but LifeLock by Norton can help protect your personal information so you can keep what's yours. Save up to 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. Use the promo code HANDLE. That's lifelock.com. Promo code HANDLE. 25% off.
Gavin Newsom's report card. Education, 41st in the nation. Gasoline, highest in the nation. Sales tax, highest in the nation. Income tax, highest in the nation. Homeless, highest in the nation. Oh, and one of the first states in the nation to end cash bail. With his appalling record, Gavin Newsom couldn't get a busboy's job at the French Laundry restaurant. It's time for a change, because returning Gavin Newsom to office again and again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. In this most critical election, your vote for Larry Elder will help make that monumental change, bring California back to its deserved glory, and take its rightful place at the head of the class. ElectElder.com. Ad paid for by Elder for Governor 2021.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
and EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, this is Mo Kelly from Kfi Am 640. You've heard that the COVID-19 vaccines are effective. Now let's talk about how they actually work. Think of the vaccine as a boot camp for your immune system. It imitates COVID-19 so that your body can learn to fight it. If you're exposed to the real virus in the future, your immune system will know how to protect you. So let's get you vaccinated. Let's get to immunity. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find walk-in sites near you or call 833-422-4255. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Now through the 6th of September during the Rendezvous Air Pulse, listen to all the magic of a first rendezvous.
Welcome.
Hey, taxi.
It's time to book your rendezvous with Paris, Bordeaux, or Nice from Los Angeles with up to $100 discount. And with Air France Protect, your tickets are 100% refundable and exchangeable up until the day you fly. See terms and conditions at airfrance.com.
Is it safe to return to work?
Should my kids go back to school?
Can I see my friends and family now?
As life returns to normal, our COVID-19 worries have not disappeared, but evolved. CalHope offers free tips and tools to help manage your stress. Call our warm line at 1-833-317-4673 or live chat online at calhope.org.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Well, hey, it's me, Leo Laporte. I am your tech guy on the radio. Yes, every week I come right here, take calls, answer questions, give you the latest tech news, the rundown on new tech products, Apple products coming soon, Google products coming soon. We talk about all of that, and it's kind of fun, too. I don't know, are you a geek? Would you like to be? Join me this week and every week. Leo Laporte, the tech guy, your tech guy. Join me this week, won't you? I'll be looking for you.
Leo Laporte, this morning at 11, KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI, Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. You are listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. Hey, y'all, we're talking home theater this morning. What was that? I had like a bug fly in my mouth there. What did that happen? We're also going to be talking with you like I always do. So I'm letting you know right now, in just a bit, we're going to be going to the phones. So give me a call. Anything you want to discuss regarding your home today. Anything at all. Design issue, construction, concern, DIY question, whatever it may be, or anything in between. The number to reach me at 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833-2-ASK-DEAN. You know, that's how it goes. It just sounds like you're to ask Dean. Okay, so that's the number to call. The phone lines are open now. Saturday morning is always a great time to call, by the way. Why? Because everybody's asleep except you. So give me a call and let me see if I can help you out with whatever is bugging you with your home today. All right. It's home theater morning here on the program. I have a very special in-studio guest, Jason Sharp, who is a builder in his own right, also audio engineer, musician, somebody who literally has handled all of our complex home theater installations for quite a while now, and who knows more about this stuff than anybody else I know. So yeah, don't even get me started about the Wilshire stereo guys. I'm just saying. I don't want to go there. I'm not going to go there. We're not going negative. We're just going to stay positive with the stuff, and that is why
we're having this conversation this morning. So, Jason, welcome. I want to dive back in. Before the break, we did screen sizing because everybody always asks me about the screen sizing formula. I also want to talk about screen height, optimal screen height. Okay, so, there's actually, there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to the height of the screen. All I can tell you is if you are finding yourself in a position where you got to put the TV over the mantle of the fireplace and you're sitting too close to it, you'll know that it's way too high, that it's an uncomfortable viewing angle. So let me just put it this way. Optimally, when you are sitting down, the screen, center of screen, ideally should be right at center of your viewing eye line. But that assumes that you're sitting in a straight back chair at a 90-degree angle, and that is not how we recline in the theater. So what happens is your furniture at home, and I'm just taking a wild guess at this because, of course, different sofas vary, but generally speaking, that sofa that you're sitting on or that recliner has about a 15-degree angle for the back. So when you lay down or sit down, you lean back, and you're leaning back at about a 15-degree angle. So from the height of your eye line off the floor and then across the room at a 15-degree angle, that is actually center of natural comfortable eye line for the screen. That's a very technical thing. All I'm going to tell you is, of course, it can vary a few degrees. So, and if you don't want to figure all of that out and account for the angle back of your chair, then you just figure the height of your eye line when you are seated plus about 5 to 6 degrees up, and you're going to be okay. Is that not true, Base?
Yeah, I mean, again, this really has to do with how far away the TV is from you. So if you're on, your TV's 10 feet, 12 feet away, you can imagine kind of drawing that straight line straight across horizontally at your eye level, and then, if you were to see that from the side, if you will, and kind of try to imagine drawing that angle up where it would be more comfortable to see, then, it could be 5 or 6 inches or 10 inches by that time. But if your TV's a real far distance away from you, then obviously we can't just always listen to that rule. So here's the thing. You're going to want to do this in such a way where you're making sure that it's comfortable and that it meets or matches your design aesthetic as well. Okay, and there it is. Also, by the way, you mentioned over the mantle, and I think you brought this up before, which is great, but there's actually a really great TV mount that you can put over the mantle of a fireplace that then brings the TV out and down.
Mantle mount is literally what it's called. Mantle mount. It's got a hydraulic armature on the back, so it will hold the TV up above the mantle like a picture frame, out of the way, just like you like it. But when it comes for those important viewing times, yes, it swings forward and down into optimal viewing position. The only thing is, don't have the fireplace on while that's happening. You can't have the fire on and drop your TV in front of it at the same time.
Could.
Well, you could.
Then the sparks will really
for a few minutes. You can do it. You can enjoy it for a few minutes before your television melts. But mantle mount is actually has been a game changer for situations where we have no other choice in a room but to put it over the mantle, which ends up in a lot of situations making it too high.
Yeah, and that hydraulic arm on that makes you it makes it so that you don't actually have to lift the weight of the TV because it's capable of.
Yeah, it's like hydraulic. It's like one finger.
Right.
It's barely, it just sort of slides and glides.
I think it makes that noise.
Okay.
When you do
well,
that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll take that. All right. When we come back, we need to start talking about sound, and I want to talk about maybe one of the things that is most confusing to people the difference between soundproofing a room and sound absorption or sound attenuating a room. Radically different things. One of them is super important. The other may or may not be important in your situation. We're going to figure out which is which and tell you what you need to do it. All right, you're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. More when we return. Right now, Mark Ronner has the news.
4 people have been shot in West Hollywood. This woman who lives near the shooting scene says she heard what she thought were cars running over construction plates, then saw something.
I saw the car make a U-turn and speed down the street, and that is when I became suspicious and scared, more scared.
Deputies found 3 of the 4 people around 4:15 a.m. in front of a luxury apartment building. The 4th person was found about an hour later, half a block away on a side street. Cops say they're looking for 2 people suspected in the shooting. Fountain is a popular street to get through West Hollywood. It is closed for the investigation. Orange County can save an additional 2 billion gallons of water per year at Prado Dam thanks to meteorologists at UC San Diego. OC Water District's Greg Woodside said that's enough to supply an additional 60,000 people.
The Army Corps, with this program, is assessing operating Prado Dam with advanced weather forecasting and stream flow forecasting to capture additional stormwater, which we can recharge into our groundwater basin.
Woodside says the Army Corps of Engineers bases water conservation at Prado Dam on time of year instead of weather forecasts. He says the program increases water reliability and reduces demand for costly imported water. Dancing with the Stars is going to feature a first with its next season. A contestant is going to dance with a same-sex partner. That contestant is 18-year-old YouTube personality, singer, and actress JoJo Siwa. She came out earlier this year. Now let's check out a crash on the 10.
West Covina on the westbound side of the 10 before Fuente Avenue. This crash here is a fatal crash, unfortunately. Only the right lane open. That's got you backed up to Pacific Avenue. Fontana still working on a problem on the northbound side of the 15 before the 210 crash, and the 3 right lanes has you jammed before Foothill Boulevard. And Caltrans has Ortega Highway shut down through San Juan Capistrano all weekend long. Both sides closed between Nichols Institute and South Main Divide Road until around 4 o'clock Monday morning. KFI in the sky helps get to there faster. I'm Robert DeBucky.
Are you drowning in IR?
That's right, it's my turn to talk.
So you're ready to build your new dream kitchen. That is awesome. What's your first move going to be?
I think it should be a totally free in-showroom consultation with the good people at the kitchen store. It means you get 2 things right out of the gate. You're going to get the creativity and the wisdom of an expert kitchen designer, and you need that because design matters most when it comes to your kitchen. And you're going to get all of that while you're being flooded with inspiration in the kitchen store's 7,000 square foot cabinet design showroom. There is really nothing like it in all of Southern California. They are right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, the kitchen store is the best place for kitchen cabinets in all of SoCal. State-of-the-art computer design, same as cash financing with no payments and no interest for an entire year, and pricing that will beat the big box home center. So, start your new kitchen right. Set up your free consult today by dialing 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN. And check out the kitchen store on the web at 310kitchen.com.
Southland weather from KFI. Bit of fog this morning, but sunny today. High 70s to low 80s at the beaches, low 90s in Metro LA and OC, mid 90s to 100 in the valleys, low to mid 100s in the Inland Empire. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Mark Ronner.
Are you drowning in IRS debt? There's a team of tax professionals who specialize in helping taxpayers just like you. Get ready to take down this number to take advantage of all the new IRS tax forgiveness programs. This is Sean, a truck driver from Alabama.
Prior to calling Allied Tax Relief, I was in big trouble. I owed the IRS $42,000 and my wages were